Hi, my name is Thomas Sear, and I'm here to present my company, Bite Belt. A little bit of a background about me. I've grown up fishing my entire life with my father and grandfather. We've fished all around the United States, whether it's the Rocky Mountains, Smoky Mountains, Florida, the Carolinas, or even Canada. I've worked on multiple professional fishing boats up in the Great Lakes region in my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio, and down here on Don Pedro Island in Florida. I'm a senior in FGCU's entrepreneurship program, and I'm a licensed real estate sales agent, and I've done some business brokerage in the past. So when I moved down here in Florida, I started fishing all the local piers, all the beaches, and I started acquiring more and more rods. And I came across one really big problem, and that's safely transporting these rods in trucks. So I was just sticking them in my bed of my truck, and I had a couple really expensive rods get stolen. So I started putting in my passenger seat, and then all of a sudden, no one can even sit in our passenger seat because it's so jammed full of rods. So these rods are made out of carbon and glass and they're very fragile. So they're very prone to breaking. So, like any consumer, I went to all the local tackle shops. I went to Bass Pro Shop. I looked online and I realized that there's really no product that solves my issue. So, they actually have a couple products out there and they are all big, bulky aluminum rod holders, which are very unfriendly for the older demographic. They have to unbolt them, put them in their garage. They're super heavy and they offer zero theft protection. And they're pretty expensive, coming in at about $350, and none of them are offered in any retail stores. So I started asking around to all the local fishermen, how are you guys fixing this issue? And all of them have been building them out of wood. So it's all DIY is my biggest competitor. So I saw that as a really big gap in the market, and I thought it's something I could capitalize on. So I created Bite Belt. So protect your investment, enjoy the catch. I wanted to create something that has superior rod protection, the highest UV and salt resistance for this harsh Florida sun, and quick, easy, and fun to use for all ages. So here's some renders of the actual product. The teeth portion is the front rod holding unit, and the circles are in the back. So it's built for fishing enthusiasts worldwide. It's a product that offers superior fishing gear protection while being lightweight, portable, and easy to use. So here's some pictures of one of our prototypes. We're on the final stage of prototyping. So here's some of it actually in use. You can see how the rods actually go in between the teeth. It was a really cool design that I designed here at FGCU with the licensing engineering software that we're able to have as a student. So right now, this is where we're at. So prototyping, we've done a ton of prototyping. We're on like stage 5. We want to make sure by the time we offer this to the public, everything is dialed in and we have our best foot forward when we go to market. So we've done a ton of it here in-house at FGCU and also through Synergy Sales prototyping down in Naples. So pilot testing, that's what we're ready to get to now. So we have actually the first batch of 50 ordered. These will be given out to influencers, professional fishermen, stuff like that. Some actually displays in tackle shops, and that'll be our pilot testing before we move on to our tooling and small batch production. So our tooling is our biggest expense as it's engineered for injection molding. So revenue, how are we going to make money? So online direct to consumer, tackle e-commerce stores, and wholesale retail locations starting in Florida. So that's a really big deal. I want to get this in all those mom and pop tackle shops. It's also engineered here for future ease of licensing if I want to white label it to someone like Bass Pro or Cabela's or Dick's Sporting Goods. So our market. So this is a really cool map that I actually made, and all those little stars are every single locally owned tackle shop in Florida. So as you can see, we have a really good distribution web right here in Fort Myers. About a 4-hour drive, I can hit almost 200 of these tackle shops, and it's really just going to come down to selling those wholesale orders. So our projections. So this is based off of current manufacturing bids. These are actual numbers. And there's our revenue projections off of our market scalability analysis and also similar products that are selling in the marketplace. So our IP protection, we want to make sure that this is a company that's going to be around for a long time. So we have secured our provisional patents. Some of this funding will be used for the full U.S. patent. We want to get that right away before we kind of scale and get in all these tackle shops. So our funding request. This is kind of what we need to get started. This is our goal by the end of July is to have this much money. This is really what we need before we move on to full investment for that initial tooling cost. So we have the small lot production, we have our final engineering just to kind of tighten everything up, and then we have to get our patent. And so we're asking for $18,000, $475. This is kind of just what we need to really get this company off the ground and be a revenue producing entity. So here's kind of our social media. Feel free to give us a follow on our Facebook, website, or Instagram. Our website's completely built out. It's available for pre-order right now. So thank you. If you have any questions, go to our website or contact us in the link below.